Welcome, welcome, boys and girls, back to math. And here we are on day 2 of our week of math. So yesterday we've been working with addition and subtraction. Today we are transitioning to going back and to doing multiplication and division. So we're going to go over today's learning target. Okay. I can represent and solve 1- and 2-step multiplication and division problems using arrays, strip diagrams, and equations. I can determine an unknown number in a multiplication or division equation. So we have 2 targets that we're going to be working with for today's assignments and lessons. So a quick overview of our vocabulary, all right? Because you're going to be seeing these words a lot more than just saying, where's the answer, okay? So product, okay? Product is the result when 2 numbers are multiplied. So when you multiply 2 numbers, the answer to that is product, okay? And then we have quotient. That's how you pronounce it, quotient. So quotient, the result when a number is divided by another number. So meaning, one number and another number, they're divided by each other, the answer. What is the answer to a division problem? So that is what is called the quotient. Okay, so just wanted to go over those vocabulary words with you briefly because you're going to be seeing these words more often. Okay, so it's really important to make sure you memorize that. So now we're going to get right into problems that you're going to be working with on your own. And again, just like what it said up here, we're going to be working with arrays again. And we're going to be working with strip diagrams and just regular equations. Okay, so right here, make a fact family. By doing this, you are finding the missing factor. So boys and girls, we should have this memorized by now, but if you don't, that is okay. But you have to practice your multiplication fact families every single day. Otherwise, it's going to get very hard for you later in the year, all right? So, with 3 times 4, it's basically adding 3 4 times, so that would get us 12. Okay. So since we know that we're working with 3, 4, and 12, so what is our missing piece? We have 4 times 3, which equals 12 again. Now, flip the numbers around. So a number divided by 4 equals 3. What's the missing number? 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3, because 4 times 3 is 12. Because remember, boys and girls, division is multiplication written backwards, where we already know our answer, the big number, okay? So now we have, let's write the opposite. So we have 12 divided by blank equal blank. So since we already have 4 and 3, let's switch it. So we're going to have 3 and 4, because they are going to equal the exact same thing, okay? Now, number 2, arrays. So remember, an array is basically how many rows, how many is in each row and column, okay? So what does the array represent? So let's count how many rows we have. That's horizontal. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 rows. How many columns? 1, 2, 3. Hey, so now we know that it's 4 times 3. And with an array, you just either add up all the squares, or if you already know, which I hope you should, based on problem number 1, which would be 12. Okay. Now let's scooch on down to 3. Let me zoom this thing because the writing's a little bit small. Here we go. All right, I'm going to be using cubes during this problem because it's a word problem. Here we go. Miguel and his brother like to play a card game. They arrange the cards as shown in the diagram below. So here it is. Okay. To figure out how many cards they used, Miguel multiplied 6 times 7 equals 42. Okay. If Miguel's brother puts down 2 more rows of 7 cards each, which number sentence could be used to figure out how many cards they used then? Okay, so we started off with 6 Wait, 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. And then that would be 7 columns, because 6 times 7, 42. But it said, in the second sentence, brother puts down 2 more rows. Okay, so let's just say here's 1 row and here's 2. Adding 2 to 6 would make it 8. Okay. And then 7 in each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this part's not changing. So it would be 8 times 7, which would equal 56. So let's look at our answer choices. 2 times 7, nope. 6 times 9, nope, there's no 9. 8 times 7, 56. There we go, there's C. All right, you see how I found that out, boys and girls? You're basically taking each sentence, taking it apart, and then plugging it into the picture model to help you understand, okay? All right, let's go to the next page. All right, here we go, number 4. Oh, number 4 is almost like number 1. Here we go, make a fact family. By doing this, you are finding the missing factors. Well, here we go. We should already have memorized what 6 times 3 is. And if you don't know, use down here to help you. Or you can always do the method where you add 6 3 times. 6 plus 6 plus 6. 12 plus 6, 6, 7, 8, which is 18. So 18 would go there. Now, when it comes to fact families, boys and girls, that's where you switch the numbers. You use the same numbers, but you just switch where they are, and depending on what type of equation you are working with. In this case, it'd be multiplication or division. So, we're going to plug a 6 right here, because 3 times 6 is 18. All right? So, now we know that 18 divided by 3 equals 6. So let's write the opposite here. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Using the same numbers, but writing them in a different place value. Or not place value, excuse me. And write them in a different position of the equation. All right, number 5. An array model. Here we go. Count how many rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you were to add up all these squares, it would give you your answer. Or if you had this memorized already, you would know that 4 times 5 is 20. Okay. All right, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see 6 and 7. These words are a little bit bigger, so it'll be a little bit easier for us to manage. All right, here we go. Number 6. Cubes. Irene was buying balloon bundles for her birthday party. Balloons came 18 to a bundle. Since she was inviting 15 people to her party, she decided she better get 3 bundles. How many balloons did she buy? Okay. So balloons came 18. So balloons came 18 to a bundle. So one bundle equals 18. Okay. And then since she was inviting 15 people to her party, she decided she better get 3 bundles. Okay. So she wanted to get 3 bundles. So how many balloons did she buy? Okay, so since we know that there's 18 in 1, and we want 3, we need to multiply 18 times 3. We don't need to worry about this number. We're eliminating that because that's how many people she's inviting to her party. But we want to find out how many balloons that she's actually getting. So she got 3 bundles of 18. That's where we got our numbers. So now we have to multiply. So we have 8 times 3. That's 24. So the 4 stays here and we carry the 2. Now remember, boys and girls, we're going to multiply 3 times 1, but then add 2. So 3 times 1 is 3. 3, 4, 5. 54. So Irene bought 54 balloons for 15 guests. That's a lot of balloons, but hey, that's pretty fun. All right, that's how we solve 6, boys and girls. All right, last one. There are 3 apple trees, with 8 apples on each tree. Which strip diagram shows the total number of apples? Okay, so there are 3 apple trees. Okay, so we need to find one where there's a part that is cut up into 3 equal pieces. So we have 1 part, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Could be it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So there are 3 apple trees. We have 1, 2, and 3. And there are 8 in each tree. So there's 8 here, and 8 here. Okay. And then our total would be 24. G would be our answer because there are 3 apple trees. And so we would add 8 plus 8 plus 8 in order to find the total amount of apples in all the trees that are there. So that is why 7G is the correct answer. All right, boys and girls. Now, you're going to be doing the same problems back in Schoology all on your own. It's going to start at number 8 and go all the way to 17. So your responsibility is to do questions 8 through 17. And remember, if you are still struggling with the concept of what we went over today, make sure you re-watch this video again. Hit pause, okay? And if that still is a struggle, then make sure you join me on Zoom at 9 a.m. to help you with further understanding. It's really important that you know what to do, okay? It has been an absolute pleasure teaching you this morning, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!